I have an idea. Hear me out here. So these are my glasses from Pair Eyewear. Their whole thing is they have these magnetic frames that clip on the top here. I like them so much that I built this ridiculous carousel thing with an Arduino and some 3D printed parts that when I push the button, it spins around and it lets me choose my glasses frames every morning. It's ridiculous, but I use it every day and it makes me smile whenever I use it. It's a pretty simple setup, 3D printed parts, little stepper motor, Arduino, and then the frames just stick to a little piece of metal on the end there. So here's the idea. Pair has a bunch of different toppers. I've got a bunch of ones that kind of suit my style, but they also have fun and kind of ridiculous ones like these Christmas ones that they sent me, and they also sponsored this video. Thank you, Pair. And these gave me a really fun idea. Do you like my snowman specs? So here's the idea. What I want to do is automate this thing so I no longer have to push the button. I want to be able to control it on my phone to show me whatever frame I want, and even better, set up automation so it shows me the right frames for the right day. For example, show me these Christmas frames when it's Christmas, or maybe even go a little bit deeper and show me the sunglasses frames when it's sunny outside. Let's get programming. Okay, so I actually got this working and it's pretty sick. First thing I did is swap the Arduino for this smaller Wi-Fi connected one. In the Arduino software, I then made it so I have 6 different positions that I could set the motor to for each one of the glasses frames. I then made it so I could send a webhook command over the internet to set it to that position. I then connected that to my smart home, set up a room in my smart home called glasses with a button for each of the frames. Now if I want black sunglasses, all I have to do is turn on the black sun button, and then black sunglasses. Totally automatic style, catered by my smart home. Thing hooked up to my smart home, I can automate it to do literally whatever I want. You see here, I got it plugged in the wall here, not plugged into a computer or anything. And I can do things like say, hey Siri, give me red glasses frames.
Okay, red frames coming right up.
Isn't that just so cool? The next iteration of this thing will be tying this into a weather app so I could show myself the sunglasses whenever it's sunny outside, an actual practical use for this thing. Anyway, thank you to Pair Eyewear for the continued support. If you like these glasses, they're really affordable. They're only about $60 a piece. And then the topper frames that you get are like anywhere from $15 to $30. Really easy way to swap out the style. The base frames here, they also come in a whole bunch of different styles and materials. They got this clear, but they also got just regular black, tortoiseshell, and a bunch of other styles. You find a link to them in my bio if you want to shop around for yourself. And I also have a discount code for you guys, BTurner15, that will get you 15% off your order. Hope you guys like my silly little projects. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. So why do I use Apple HomeKit instead of Amazon Alexa or Google Home for that matter to control my smart home? This is a really good question. If you've seen my videos, you know I think Apple HomeKit is by far the best smart home software, and here's why. Okay, so what we're talking about here are smart home environments. These are where you're going to control all your smart home devices, set up your automations, and where all your devices are going to connect to. Now, I'm a firm believer that smart home devices should make your life easier. If you're having to scroll through a bunch of apps and change things and things aren't responding and it's a big process to go through, it's better off you don't have them. These devices are supposed to be additive and not subtract from your life and your time. And that ease of use is where Apple really shines through. So Apple's in an interesting position in the smart home market where they're not only controlling all the devices in your smart home, but also the devices that you use to interact with them. So your phones, your smartwatches, your laptops, all of these things are already owned by Apple and can seamlessly integrate with this smart home control software. And this basically means every single Apple device out of the box is already set up to seamlessly integrate with your smart home. The Apple Home app is super simple and intuitive. It has a very simple Apple UI and layout. This is where you'd set up all your automations, control your devices, segment them into rooms. Navigating this and using it is super simple. You don't need to know anything about tech. You don't need to be super literate in all this stuff. It just works and it's a very seamless experience. And on top of having the app, because Apple owns this device, you can be fully integrated into like the dock on the pull down. You could use Siri that's natively integrated in the device. All those things will work automatically without any setup. Not only the iPhone and iPad apps, it also syncs up with all your other Apple devices. So you have full control on your watch, your MacBook, your Apple HomePod. You can either use Siri on those or the native apps. And there's no setting things up. There's no transferring things all over. It just works across all of your apps totally seamlessly. This is one of those cases that couldn't be possible unless, I hate to say it, the Apple ecosystem that everybody likes to harp on couldn't exist. Having this level of connectivity really, really helps this seamless integration of an otherwise complicated experience of controlling a smart home be organic. You don't need to learn it. You don't need to have any techie background. It just works organically. You set it up and you don't have to worry about it. And this ease of use extends out to like guests and family members. Because all Apple devices have this software on it, you're able to share your smart home setup onto any of their Apple devices, and because they already have that software on their device, they can seamlessly control your smart home in the way you set it up with zero integration or onboarding. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, I'll stop rambling because I think I've got my point across. But the general idea is it just works so much better because it's integrated with all your devices. There are a few other reasons I prefer it, like security and a few other things. That being said, Amazon Alexa is still a great option. Obviously, the big caveat for Apple HomeKit is you need Apple devices for this to work. Even if you just have an iPhone, it makes sense. But if you're deep in the ecosystem, you got the watch, you got the AirPods, you got the HomePods, it would make no sense to go with any other smart home environment. But Alexa is the next best runner-up for Android, and it works well on iPhone for a budget solution. As well, there's just a few little friction points to getting it set up. It's not as reliable, blah, blah, blah. But Alexa does work great. I love it. I support it. I'm just a little HomeKit fanboy. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you. Goodbye.